All right, mate. Since when have you been using these? Since when have you been using these? Have you?
At least 65.
That long?
Yeah.
First time I've seen them. Oh, they for off-roading. Chasing all these off-road bikes. Pardon?
Just finished work.
Yeah. Do you know what I wanted to ask you? Do you know these bikes what these kids are all riding around on? They're not registered bikes, are they?
The electric ones you're talking?
No. Crosses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And do you know because they're not registered, they don't have to be taxed and insured and all that. So
Completely illegal though.
It's what?
It's illegal though.
It's not, that's what I'm saying.
It is.
What makes it illegal?
They're off-road bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not meant to be on the. If you're riding any vehicle on the road, it's got to be registered, taxed, insured, doesn't it? Got to have a driving license.
No, it hasn't, has it?
Yeah.
It hasn't. What law says that?
The Road Traffic Act.
That's an act, it's not a law, is it? An act, all acts need consent to be enforced.
What are you suggesting then?
What am I suggesting? We're governed and policed by consent, yeah?
Right, okay.
So if I don't consent to legislation, it doesn't apply to me, does it?
If that's how you want to suggest or want to think.
Well, that's a fact. That's a fact in law.
When you're stood in front of a magistrate saying that,
I have done. Yeah, I have done. I've got recordings of it, and I've got a YouTube channel where the magistrates have left the court and wouldn't identify himself, which is a malfeasance and misconduct in a public office. So why, if a magistrate was doing something correct, why wouldn't he identify himself, and why would they leave the court?
Wasn't there? Can't comment, can I?
No, you can't. But do you know that police, what it says there? No, that's an acronym. It's not written in the correct sentence English.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's in the manuals. It's in the Oxford Manuals of Styles, right? And it says that anything written in all capitals, right, is called an acronym.
Right.
So basically, what an acronym is, like the National Health Service, NHS means National Health Service. What does that mean? POLICE.
Oh, idea, mate.
Oh, see, you don't know, do you? See, it's because of your lack of knowledge of the law. What your chief constable does, right? He sends you out breaking the law every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're acting as a police officer, you're acting as a police officer, which is in the legal system, yeah? A police constable is under the law of the land, under the common law system. Right? They're there to protect people, property from trespass, fraud and contracts, people and their property, yeah? So if there's no victim, there's no such thing as a victimless crime.
No.
It's illegal, right? See, but anything legal needs an obligation to carry force in law. But that's the consent. The obligation is consent in a contract. See, I've been studying law for 8 years, and I've been challenging them. And I know your chief constable, ex-chief constable, Andrew James Coote, he resigned because of my paperwork. Yeah. Because I put him on notice, you see. Right? And next thing, a policewoman told me that he resigned when I was questioning her, and she was asked. And she said, who are you? So I told her who I am. I said, go and ask your chief constable, Andrew James Coote, who I am, and he'll tell you who I am. And she went, oh, well, he's just resigned recently.
He never resigned, he retired.
Yeah, resigned. But do you know that name, Andrew James Coote?
Yeah.
Do you know it doesn't exist? It was an acronym. It was a made-up name and a pseudonym. See, all these chief constables, right, and if you go and check now, right, 60-odd police constables have resigned or retired or whatever all over the country in the last few weeks because of this paperwork. You know what they do? They move somewhere else and they use a different name. No, the chief constables, that's not their name. They don't use their real names because they're liable, right, for malfeasance in a public office, misconduct, and they can go to jail for life for it, mate. So what they do, when somebody challenges them like me who knows the law, they disappear. They say they've resigned. You try and trace that name, Andy James Coote, now. It's wiped off the computers. There's no such person. Never existed. It's gone now. Yeah, but you know when I used to Google him, you come up with him in his uniform and his medals and all that. Now if you do it, there's no trace of him. They've wiped the name off the computers. That's it. They're all in it together, mate. The judiciary, government, the councils. See, we're governed by consent. When did you ever consent to be governed by legislation?
Mate, I've got no idea.
Do you know how to get your consent? A
Yeah.
maximum law. A presumption begins held as true until rebutted with evidence to prove otherwise. So once you rebut that presumption of consent, which I've done by affidavit, legislation doesn't apply to me.
You're going now, mate, okay?
Yeah, you be safe, mate, yeah?
Yeah.
You need to learn the law, you know.
Hey?
You just need to learn the law, because you know acts and statutes is not law, and you're enforcing them against people's will
Okay, mate.
because
Yeah.
they have the lack of knowledge. It's serious, true, believe it. See you later. There's the bandits, the pirates. I was a bit late. They took somebody's car, but I was a bit late. Already gone. Right, bye people.